Okay.
Okay, I have now gone live and I'm handing over to you, Mr. Chowa. Mr. Chowa, if you'd like to introduce our guests and introduce the program for today, I would appreciate that.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the presentation by Njumasi, as called for Zambian. I will be presenting an organic fertilizer we are developing in Germany. And I have Mr. Perry, who is Zambian, and also he's in from Germany.
Sorry.
They sent us information about a good product that they have developed, which actually being marketed in Zambia. And the fact recently in Tanzania government have already adopted it. But thank you so much. Let me just hand over to Mr. Perry.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Chowa. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Perry.
Can you get me, Linda? Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. Yes, I can get you. I'm aware. Would you like to share your screen? Do you want me to give you permissions or?
Yeah, I need to share my screen. Let me just check where I share it from. Let me check. Can you see me now?
Yes, we can see you.
You can see me. Yeah, that's myself, Linda. It's nice to see you personally.
Okay, so let me just give you permissions to share your screen.
Okay, please do that.
Okay, go ahead. You now have permission.
Thank you very much. Mr. Chowa, thanks very much. Good afternoon, Sanjay.
Hi, Perry. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Our agronomist, Dr. Patricia, she may be joining us a bit late. She's unwell. She's gone to the clinic. She's coughing. But we can proceed the way we are with Mr. Sanjay.
Hello.
Are we hearing?
Yes. So shall
Now,
yes.
from myself, I am Perry. I'm the chairman for Njamas Foundation. And quickly, I'll speak on 3 levels. Before I go to the product, I'll speak on 1, our readiness and preparedness to actually meet your requirements as Lusaka Cooperative Avocado. And number 2, I'll speak about our ability and capability. And number 3, I'll speak about our willingness. Now, in terms of our readiness, we started by first, we did what is called the know your customer. It is from the point that we actually know what we are doing and the scope and the span of what you are doing, and we are convinced that we are the right supplier. Why am I saying that? Because we have done all the certifications, both locally, regionally, and even internationally. So to that extent, we can speak to say we are ready and able to meet your expectation and even exceed. Number 2, our ability is based on the fact that throughout the Zambian country, throughout the 10 provinces, we have located our representatives. So talk about any corner.
Sorry, you have got 2 devices on, and therefore there's we can hear the other device. Could you please turn off the other device?
Which one is that?
Close the YouTube link and just leave the Zoom link, please.
YouTube link, let me see. Oh.
Thank you, that's better. Yes, if you could go ahead now. Yes.
I'm not very IT competent. I'm okay. I was using someone else. Okay, I was going to come to our part 2, which is called our ability and the capability. Because a large business like you are doing, it requires that we have presence in all the 10 provinces of Zambia. And what we did, even before yourselves, we arranged to get representatives in all the 10 provinces in terms of the capital cities of those provinces. So we have representation, meaning that wherever you're going to have your presence, we'll have also have already a presence. Now, because of that, we made sure that our vehicle, our special purposes vehicle, is very clean. That is why we are registered under the Ministry of Community Development and Social Welfare. And we have all the certifications locally, regionally, and internationally. And to show that we are solid, the contract we have with our German partner is very solid, so much that we are actually supported every time. So there is no time that Lusaka Cooperative Avocado is going to have limitations in the supply of the commodity. Number two, in terms of our product, it has been approved, but if it was only approved, it was not going to be enough. But we know that it's working because we have a number of testimonies saying that the product is working and working very well. So to that extent, my colleague Sanjay will speak on the product and what it does to the soils. I think let me leave it there now. Hello, Linda.
Hello.
Mr. Chowa, can you get me?
Yes, we can. We've passed over and Mr. Sanjay has unmuted himself.
Okay, Mr. Sanjay will speak on the product and what it does on the soil.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. And thank you very much for inviting me. My name is Sanjay Parmar, and I am the CEO of Bio.SoilZ, Germany. It's a German technology developed by a German scientist who is my partner in the company. And the technology is based on regenerating the soil. What we are doing, the soil has become sick because for over 70, 80 years, we are using chemical fertilizers and pesticides. And this has made our soil sick. It has killed the soil microbiology. And what we are doing is we are reviving those microbiology. We are reviving the microbes which are dormant. Soil health depends upon the soil, the health of the microorganisms. So what we do is, it's a cross technology solution, a blend of quantum physics and bioenergetics. So we generate bioenergy at a specific frequency that is loaded on a carrier material that we use. We use that carrier material is a calcium carbonate. And this calcium carbonate, this carrier material, we send all over the world, where it's mixed with water and then it is applied on the soil. When it's applied on the soil, when it comes in contact with the microbes, it activates them. So microbes start producing oxygen. They start multiplying and converting the minerals into the nutrients, which are absorbed by the plant. So plant is getting all natural nutrients, not only a couple of like NPK. The plant is getting healthy food. Plant has a better metabolism, has a better immune system, and does not need pesticide. And our trials all over the world have shown that our product, the use of our product will increase the yield from 20 to 200%. All these details are with Perry that he can share with you. So in short, this is what we are doing. And I'm here for questions. If you, I think better let's make it an interactive session. That's much better, will be more useful for a kind of application where you want to use our product. Yes, Perry.
Thank you very much, Mr. Palmer. If everybody could please give their questions in the chat, Mr. Chowa will be able to go through those. If you've raised your hand, we will be able to also unmute yourself to ask your questions. So we have Bessa, whose hand is up. If you can unmute yourself and ask your question, please.
Hi, thank you. And thank you to the organizers. Sanjay, you've mentioned that the use of this product means that one doesn't need pesticides. Is that what has been experienced in the trials? And also interested to understand, you've spoken about having trials done trials across the world. Have trials been done in Zambia and specifically on avocado farms, and what has been observed?
Okay, I'm coming. First, I will address your first part of the question. Look what we are doing. We are making the soil healthy. When the soil is healthy, the plant is healthy. So any type of crop you grow on the soil will be healthy. Just compare our normal crop with the forest, the plants in the forest. When you go to the forest, you don't see any plant which is sick, which need pesticide, because in the forest the plants are getting healthy nutritious food. So what we are doing is we are reviving the soil health by activating the soil microbiology, and it has been seen in many parts of the world. When the plant is healthy, it does not need pesticide. So second question, I think Perry can better tell you what kind of crops we have used our product upon.
Sorry, you need to unmute yourself. Thank you. You're still on mute, Mr. Perry.
Can you get me now?
Yes, we
Yes.
can. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Sanjay. You have spoken about all the world. And I want to deal with the first question. Have we tried it in Zambia? Because your company, Lusaka Avocado, is still relatively new, but the few people that have gotten it from us for trials, it has worked and they can confirm that. One of them is the host, Mr. Chowa. He tried it a bit and it has worked. But regarding other products, yes, we have a lot of testimonies in all the provinces of Zambia. So it can work and it will work.
And what about avocado, Perry? This was the question, I think.
Avocado, yes, I am saying one person from the same avocado group tried it and it worked, because we have just known about this avocado a few months ago, and the one who tried it, it worked.
And also, I will add to something to this. We are making the soil healthy, so we are making the mother healthy. So
Because your company, Lusaka Avocado, is still relatively new, but the few people that have got.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes. So we are working on a soil level. We are making the soil healthy. When the soil is healthy, it hardly matters whether it's a cash crop or it's a plant, or doesn't matter to us. So we are pretty sure that it will 100% work on avocado. The size will be bigger, the texture will be better, and the taste will be better, and you will have definitely more yield. This we have observed on other plants like palm, durian plants, on oranges. So we are pretty sure it should work.
Besso, did you want to elaborate further, or have they answered your questions? Please go ahead.
Thank you. I had a follow-on question. In the message that came through on the cooperative group, it was mentioned that at the business's cost, an agronomist could be provided to assist. What is the approach if one has because I hear you that this would increase soil health and so on, but how does it actually work? Does one then have to stop their existing fertilization regimen and then replace it with this? I mean, I hear you saying that it covers all nutrients, but is that, how does it work for a transition for somebody that already has a farm that is making use of a specific regimen versus somebody who is starting an avocado orchard? What approach do you follow, and what role do the agronomists that you've indicated would be able to support? What role do they play, or what role do you envisage them to play?
It's a good question, and each farmer has to see. We can provide the product. He can do some trials himself, we have observed that wherever we are using bio.SoilZ, there is no need for chemical fertilizers anymore. So for me, it's difficult to answer this question, how best the farmer can use this product to have the best results for himself. I think we have to do some trials ourselves and take decision. But one thing with surety, I can say that once you start using bio.SoilZ, you don't need any fertilizers or pesticides.
So I hear that to say that you don't yet have an approach of, is it then on a case-by-case basis? And what role do your agronomists play to give advice to a farmer so that the right approach is followed?
I think the best would be, he can start using in let's say 20-30% of his farm or his land and see the results, and then he can then expand it to the remaining part of his farmland. If he is very conscious about it. Otherwise, he can straight away start using, he can see the results because he know what kind of yield he is getting currently.
Thank you very much. I will have a look at the next questions. So
I think
yes.
Perry wants to say something.
Okay, so Perry, could you unmute yourself, please?
Yes, can you get me?
No, we didn't hear you.
Yes, now we can get you.
Okay. Regarding the agronomists that we have in Zambia, it is on a case-to-case basis and at our cost. We would like to monitor your crop from the early stages. You call us to come and monitor your crop, early stages, all the stages up to whatever, so that we can monitor at what point you are losing it or you are winning. And we can do that, and we'll be doing that at our own cost so that we maintain quality at every stage. So that part, yes, is an after-sale service. We will do that.
One more point I would like to add. Our product is 100% organic. So it is 99.9% water and 0.001% calcium carbonate. So our product in no way will harm your soil or your crop. So you need not to worry about your crop. You can use it. If you want to use it in combination with fertilizers, which we don't recommend, that you can also do it and slowly see the results, and then you can switch fully to our product if you are satisfied with the results.
Thank you.
We've got a hand up, but the person who's raised their hand has got the number 1 as opposed to their name on it. Are you okay? So let's have a look. Christopher, are you able to unmute yourself and ask your question, please?
Thank you very much. It's a very good direction to take so that we avoid these synthetic fertilizers, chemicals, which are actually making our soils not to be very good and contributing to the environmental degradation. My question is, this has avocados. Yes, most people have started, and I'm sure we are at various stages of. They're at various stages. Maybe some people just planted 3 months ago, others 4 months ago, a year ago or 2. So how would your approach be? Are you going to consider all the stages of the soils? I mean, those plants, because people have been applying different fertilizers. How long will it take you to advise people to completely stop the fertilizers that they are currently using? And how will your fertilizers be applied? Are those fertilizers just dealing with, is it just one type, or also they are different? And that same fertilizer, is it for vegetative growth? It also deals for the fruiting of the plant. I think just try to clarify on those issues. Thank you.
Can you please repeat the last line about fruits? What did you say? I couldn't get it.
Yeah, fruiting, because I know that when the plant is fruiting, There is the certain type of fertilizer that you are supposed to use.
Okay, okay.
Now, the fertilizer, the type of fertilizer that you have, is it just for everything? Once you apply it, to deal with the vegetative, the fruiting, and so on and so forth.
Okay, so let us take the case of any other plant, for example. So what we recommend is you should apply it around 1.5 months before flowering. So you definitely know when your plant is going to flower. So around 45 days to 60 days maximum, you should apply the Bio.SoilZ. And let us say around 15 to 20 days before, you should apply the bio plants on the leaves.
Christopher, did that answer your question?
To some extent, yes, but I'm still behind because I wanted to understand the application of I wanted to understand the application of the fertilizer at various stages.
Yes, okay. So
yes.
in one season, you need to apply only once. One time on the soil and one time on the leaves.
And is that irrespective of what stage it's at?
Let me come in, please.
Yes, go ahead.
Hello. You are saying once in the season.
Yes, once in the.
So what is the interval? What is the interval period of a season? What are we talking about? Is it after 3 months, 4 months? I don't know. What is the interval of the season? And then also, once you apply that fertilizer, how long do you expect to see the results? Like, for instance, someone mentioned to say, Miss John has already tried that fertilizer. Maybe you can ask him to tell us briefly what he has seen so far with the fertilizer that he tried on his avocado plants and the age of the plants that he has, which where he's saying he has seen the results. Thank you.
You see, what I understand here now, we are talking about the plants which are giving already fruits. Am I correct? Hello?
Mr. Choa, do you want to come in? Mr. Choa, are you on mute?
If we are talking about the plants which are already giving fruits, then you should apply it 45 to 60 days before flowering, and 15 to 20 days on the soil and 15 to 20 days on the leaves. That's enough for one season. But if you're talking about some other stages, then it's a different application. Then perhaps you have to repeat it once in 6 months when the plant is smaller size.
Linda, can I come in now?
Yes, of course. Please go ahead, sir.
Okay. I took some of these fertilizers to the farm where we've got some avocado seedling plants that were planted in October, November, and some were planted in February. And I showed the gentleman how to use it, how I was advised. And just this last Sunday, the gentleman came and the one of the workers at the farm said, both that fertilizer is fantastic because just after 5 days, we were able to notice the difference. Even those that were planted just recently, they've already broken dormancy. So he said they would used some other fertilizer before. So I said, no, please, that's the one. This one works for me, and we should continue using this one. I also applied on some maize, which was planted on. We had forgotten about that maize, that we won't get anything to it. But then he said, but both when you come to the farm, you'll be surprised because they've picked up, and you'll be surprised things have changed. So we only applied the Folia for the maize. But for the avocado, we did apply both in the soil as well as for the Folia. I'll be going there to your farm this week, but just the feedback I got last Sunday.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Mr. Christopher, did you have a follow-up question, or has that resolved your question?
Well, I think I'm getting what is obtaining, but for sure, most of us have got our plants in the infant stage at various stages. So I think would love to also have that feel. I, for one, I would request that we are also maybe given something so that we try. I think I've got a field where I planted last rain season. They are all doing fine. Some of them are broken the dormants, but some they look yellowish. So me, I would love someone maybe to come and look at those, and I do the trial with them. I would really appreciate, because I think I've seen some deficiencies, most of them. So I would really appreciate to know if there's that extension of also others trying the same fertilizer.
Okay. Thank you very much. Mr. Choa, will you action that, or?
Yeah, let me just on there's a plant which was looking yellowish. The gentleman was able to notice from that plant that it changed actually. I hope it works for everyone. And
Okay.
as I said, I wish I'd taken some pictures before and after. And maybe that's what those who are going to try this fertilizer, I advise is that we document what you are seeing before and after, and when we notice differences.
Okay, thank you very much. We shall now go back to Bessa, who has her hand up. And then after that, we'll look at some questions in the chat. Thank you.
I think even if I listen to Mr. Christopher's question, it's very similar to mine in terms of just an understanding of what what the regimen looks like. I'm assuming though that with the agronomist, and there must be booklets and manuals and all that type of thing that would be shared that can stipulate this is what you use at which point in time and. But you'd also mention that you would be able to share the results that have been observed across the world. You mentioned, I think, that Perry would be able to do that. So I'm hoping that would be made available to the cooperative members just so that they can see. Yeah, I agree with Mr. Christopher's point. Perhaps some people can do some pilots and test.
Yeah.
Yes, someone was about to speak. Is that?
Okay. So as far as testimonials are concerned, Perry can share with you. And also we have samples available. Anyone who is interested, we can supply samples free of charge, and you can do the trials. And we can also advise you how to do the application for these trials.
Thank you very much. We've got a question from Dr. Chimoga, and she says, I did not understand, do consultants offer an after-sale service like physical check and giving advice in the field?
Yes. Good afternoon, Sister Chimoga.
Yes, go ahead, Mr. Chisam. Put yourself on mute. Okay.
Okay. Good afternoon, Dr. Chimoga.
She's
Good
not
afternoon,
on.
sir.
Oh.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yes, we do after-sales services, but what we cannot do if the service is a lot higher than, if the cost benefit is not there. Like if you are doing a half acre and you are in Livingston and you are in Lusaka, it will be very difficult to monitor that. But we will do that at no cost, at our cost. So yes, we do after-sales services.
Okay, thank you. And where are the samples found? I had some. You can look at your samples.
Yes. The samples are available with us. I can drop with your secretary, but we need to take a database of the people who are getting samples so that you report to us. You can get the samples anytime.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Wonderful.
Yes, please.
In terms of what you have just said regarding samples and gathering data, I understand Basu did ask the question, but just to clarify, have you sort of done similar sample testing with other groups elsewhere in regard to your research?
We have done in the country, but not for avocado. Yes, we have done throughout the provinces. They've done soya, maize, every other crop, and it's very well. And I have testimonies to that effect.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me just see if there are no hands up. Okay, so the other question was, you mentioned in your email that you comply with the required quality control demanded by the market. Could you clarify what quality controls you're referring to and whether it's local or international market?
No, what I meant by so saying is that going forward, the ultimate for your group is to actually supply outside this country. And usually outside this country, they demand a certain quality, more especially the issue of organically grown produce. And we are glad that our produce is already European Union certified. So the European Union is a big certification in terms of where you are taking the crop.
Are you able to share that certification with us?
I've done already with your secretariat, yes.
Okay, Mr. Choa, will you be able to share that with the board? Mr. Choa, sorry, you're on mute.
Yeah, you send me some documentation, yeah.
All right, okay. Is that something you can share with the group regarding the EU certification?
Yeah, sure, I will.
Thank you very much.
And Linda, and regarding the certification, actually just 2 days ago, we got some other authorization in Tanzania. I also sent it to Choa.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. There's one question from Catherine Mulenga. How often should it be applied? At what stage should application take place? How much is it? I think she's looking at how much to put and also how much the cost is as well.
For which crop?
This is Lusaka avocado group, so I'm assuming it's about for avocado.
So as I told you earlier, it has to be done once on the soil and once on the leaves. We have two products. Bio.SoilZ is for the soil and BioPlantZ is for the leaves. So Bio.SoilZ you should do 45 to 60 days before flowering, and BioPlantZ you should do around 15 to 20 days before flowering. Only once in one crop season.
Thank you very much. And then in terms of quantities?
For that we have Perry can tell you about that. The concentrate you have to mix. I think this is for 1 liter you have to add 100 liter of water, and that is for 1 acre. But in case of plants, I think it is for each plant we should use 10 liters.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, in terms.
You've just muted yourself.
In terms of the pricing, can you get me?
Yes, we can. Please go ahead.
In terms of the pricing, we said that we can work together. We have reduced the price to 200 kwacha per liter. But that is not what we sell usually. We sell at 250 kwacha. But because we are all just coming together, it's 200 kwacha per liter for everyone under Lusaka avocado.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I've got a hand raised up. Bessa, could you please go ahead?
Last question from me. If somebody has a brand new orchard, what is the approach there? And they've received a soil test report, it's given results. Would you say this is something that you could use to prepare the land as opposed to doing, urea and compost and? Do you have a different suggested approach there? What would you suggest?
You mean this is a new plantation?
New plantation.
Yeah. For new plantation, compost is always good. So,
Okay, so this would not replace what you would normally do. This is more for maintenance. Is that correct?
sorry, didn't get you what you mean.
This is a product that you would rather use for maintenance of an existing orchard as opposed to establishment of a new one.
No, no. Also for the new one, we have a case in Malaysia, and the farmer tried for the last 10 years to plant durian trees, and unsuccessfully, with the help of also the specialist, agriculture specialist, and then we provided our solution. In the first attempt, he was successful, planting 40% were successful. And in the second attempt, 70% were successful. And now he is regularly using our product. So it's good that when you are preparing your land for the new plantation, you use bioswales as well as compost, both. That will be good. But no need to use any chemical fertilizer.
Okay, so it would be compost plus bioswale.
Yes. Because compost in any case is good.
Yes, compost would be, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Dr. Chimoka has mentioned here, so the 400 kwacha per liter caters for how many avocado plants or acreage? Go ahead, Mr. Chisamu.
Yeah, in fact, it's not 400 kwacha per liter, it's 200 kwacha per liter.
Okay.
Now, because of avocado takes a lot of nutrients, so we need to have 3 liters per hectare, not per acre, per hectare. 3 liters per hectare. Hectare is 1,000 by 1,000 meter squares.
Thank you.
Because for the other crops we do, 2.5 liters per hectare.
Perry, I want to understand this plantation. How far are the plant from one plant to other plant? What is the distance?
For me, it's about 150 plants, and in between, what's the distance in between our plants? 10 meters in between.
10 meters.
And they have been on the ground now probably 10 months, some of them 6 months.
Sanjay, the planting distances are different farm to farm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So from what is the minimum and what is the maximum?
Maximum number?
No, the distance between 2 plants.
Understand, for each in between width and length.
Yes, it's 5 by 3, I think is the minimum.
5
and
by
then
3. We're actually doing 10 by 10.
Yeah. Is that right, Mr. Choa? 5 by 3 is the minimum?
No, it's 3 by 3.
Oh, 3 by 3.
Because when we were planting, we didn't really have much knowledge. So the first time we planted, we were told it's 10 length, 10 width. And the gap is really big. So we probably need to do something in between.
Okay, what we do, Perry, I need to, I will discuss with the scientist and then I talk to you. And then, then we will make a document for application for the avocado. Then you can share with our friends.
Thanks very much. I think let's proceed like that, Sanjay.
But I have not 100% understood. What I understand, between 2 plants there is 3 meters of distance. That's correct, minimum.
Yes.
Okay.
So what they mean by 3 meters minimum is that between plants and between rows is 3 meters. So there's 3 meters to the next one to your left or to the right or to the front.
Yes,
so,
yes. This is my question. Yes, I got the answer, and we will let you know how to do the application.
Okay. Now yes. Okay. So would that also include whether we are applying specifically just to the plants or whether we are putting the whole area as if it's being sprayed?
Yes, we'll let you know. Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Mr. Chisamu, did you want to elaborate further?
No, Sanjay has captured what I wanted to say. It's fine.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's fine. Thank you.
Okay. Martin has put a question in the chat regarding the product results that have been referred to. Do we have any photos or videos that can be shared prior to applying samples?
Yes.
Yes, we have videos and some of them even audios and videos of the results.
Also, photos with and without Bio.SoilZ application.
Okay, Sanjay, are these photos that you have and are able to share with us now, or is that something that you want to send us later?
I can do it, but I don't know.
No, it's okay if you can't.
Let me try how to do it.
Sorry, did somebody just speak?
I think if you could share, all of you could share your email address, I will email you. I will email you all the documents, all the pictures. We have complete protocol, all the information, very detailed information we have. So Perry, if you could share with me the email address, or perhaps you have all these pictures, you can yourself share with them.
Okay, if we can, if Mr. Chisamo, if you can send them to Mr. Chowa, that will be great. You'll be able to share it with the group. Thank you.
No problem. I'll do just that.
Yes, Bessa, you have a question. Please go ahead.
Sorry, this is really the last one.
No, you don't have. It doesn't have to be.
I'm feeling very bad because I'm asking so many questions.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, I just wanted to ask that when you share that information, thinking of the question that was asked by previous other attendee around, with the 3x3, that when you share the information around how much is used, could you also include just per tree so that it caters for all the various planting distances that people have? That would be very useful.
Yeah, that is the main point I want to discuss with the scientist and then discuss with Perry, that whether it's really useful to spray everywhere or just on the plant root,
specifically on the tree. Okay.
Specifically. So I think what we will suggest is per tree how many liters, and also some spray as well on the soil as well. But on the plant where the roots are, we should apply more. Yeah, we will tell you per liter how many liter you should apply on the roots. Yeah.
Thank you very much. There's a question here in regards to what the active ingredients are in the formula in terms of residue or minerals.
So our product does not contain any nutrients, any minerals. The active ingredient is bioenergy. It's a bioenergy that activates the soil microorganisms. So the ingredients are water, 99.99% water, and 0.001% of calcium carbonate. And both calcium carbonate and water, they are the carrier materials. Because in order to apply and in order to reach out to the microorganisms, there has to be some medium. So it's difficult to send water from Germany. That is the reason we are loading it on calcium carbonate, which can be transported, and then we are mixing it with water. So this charge, it is transferred to the water. The water becomes the next carrier material. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. Yes.
Okay. Yes. So the active ingredient is bioenergy, and ingredients as such is water and calcium carbonate.
Thank you very much.
Which are not active.
Oh, I see. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I'm just looking through the chat to see if there are any other questions. Mr. Choa, did you have any questions?
No.
Okay. It doesn't appear that we have any more questions on the group. Thank you very much, everybody, for. Oh, sorry, Mr. Chisamo, did you want to say something? Go ahead, sir.
I wanted to say now, Linda, thanks, but what are our action points in summary?
I will have to pass you over to Mr. Choa.
Yes, we need to say now we have reached this way. What should your part do and what should we do? It's a difficult one, but let's have something to. We are saying what?
Mr. Chowa, go ahead.
Well, I think what we have agreed is that you are going to send us, give us some samples for those who want to try the product. And also you send us some testimonies, both the videos, audios, and also audio, video, and an ebook. We've also agreed that we'll give you, you're going to send all the information, the data, and we're ready to send it over to our members. I don't know if you have missed anything else.
No, it's perfect. It's okay. We have agreed. And what I'll do, I'll send you all that tomorrow. And what I suggest, I'll leave the samples with Mr. Chowa, who will sign off, and he'll also be signing off with the people that are taking the samples. I'll do that tomorrow.
Thank you very
sorry,
much.
just another addition, Linda.
Yes.
We have also agreed that although you saw the product 250, but for our organic cooperative members, it will be at 200 kwacha per liter.
Thank you. Now, the other question is that you mentioned about fixing the price so that it doesn't fluctuate in terms of pricing. Are you able to say a little bit more about that?
Okay, future pricing is a situation where you lock the price at a certain level because of exchange rate differences. So because this is a long-term thing and the volatility of the exchange rate is so bad in terms of budgeting. So if we sit in a meeting with your side, we can agree to say, for this period of time, we are able to fix the price and we leave it at that point.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Chowa, thank you very much for introducing Mr. Chisamu and Mr. Sanjay. We appreciate all that you've given us, all the information that you've given us. We look forward to hearing more about what your product does. And I'm sure quite a number of our members would actually be willing to try out the product and to take images and that sort of thing. Now, the Bio.SoilZ, is it something that you mentioned that it's delivered with calcium? Mr. Chisamu, you said you're based in Lusaka?
Yes, I'm based in Lusaka, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
But I've been to your office in just before airport there. I've been to the secretariat at Chowa.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Chowa, over to you to close the meeting, please.
Thank you very much for those who have taken time to attend this presentation. And what I can say, and also thanks for the presenters. And my last appeal to those who are going to try the product is that let's document what we are doing. I didn't document before and cannot give a picture of after, which is not the right way to do it, but you take the pictures of your product, your farm, and then after, when you start observing, give us some pictures, some testimonies, whether good or bad, would like to know. Having said that, I hereby close the presentation for today. Thanks a lot, Linda. Thanks a lot, everyone.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chowa. And you're happy for everybody to contact you, Mr. Chowa, through the WhatsApp chat for the samples? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody.
Thank
I
you.
shall close the meeting now.